It's March 3rd, and here are the picks of the day. Today's picks will be college basketball picks, and the strategy that I'm going to use is reverse line movement, which is the easiest and most profitable betting strategy in the long term. If you haven't heard of reverse line movement before, check out the description for a quick summary, but also just keep watching because I'm going to explain exactly how it works as I go. So let's take this first game for example, with UAB going up against Memphis. You can see here that the game opened up at over under 157.5 points. 29% of the public bettors chose the over, and 71% of the public bettors chose the under. So even though a majority of the public already chose the under, the bookmakers moved the line up 1 point. This line movement almost seems backwards, almost as if the bookmakers want to entice people to continue betting on the under. Think about it, if people were already betting on the under at 157.5 points, why would they move the line up to 158.5? It's almost like they want people to click on the under, and they'll adjust the line as much as they can to make the outcome look really appealing. Well, the reason this weird line movement happens is because the sharps have money on this game. Sharp bettors, also known as professional bettors, are individuals who are considered highly knowledgeable and skilled in sports betting. They bet larger amounts, they have a better win rate compared to the public, and the bookmakers know exactly who these individuals are. And the bookmaker will always value the sharp bettors over the public bettors. And so in this case, the reason the line moved backwards to make the under seem even more appealing is because the sharps are betting on the over. And what the bookmaker will do is they'll adjust the line so that the pick that they think will lose looks as appealing as it can to the public. That's why this line was adjusted to make the under look so good. Bookmakers think that by swaying the public to the outcome that the sharps are not betting on, and if the sharps are right, then the bookmaker only has to pay out a smaller percentage of bettors. And so in a way, it becomes a profit move on their part. But whenever you see an instance like this, it's always best to side with the sharps. And so for this game, I would go with the over. Now that you know how reverse line movement works, I'll go through the rest of today's picks, but before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button as I'll be bringing you reverse line movement picks 4 to 5 times a week. For the next matchup between UIC and Missouri State, this line opened up at 144.5 points with the majority of the public betting on the under. So even though the under was the majority vote, the bookmakers adjusted the line to make the under look even more appealing by moving the line up from 144.5 to 146.5. And this just means that the sharps are betting on the over. And so in this game, I would go with the over. These lines adjust so much that by the time you place your bet, this line might have adjusted a little too much. So I tend to tease the over-under as much as I can so that I can have a similar opening line to what the sharps had. This means that you may have odds around minus 140, but there's a much greater chance of that bet hitting. But that'll do it for today's reverse line movement picks. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.